Good morning, everybody. This is Erica with In Him for Life. I am unexpectedly sitting in a motel waiting for my taxi to come and pick me up. I was delayed leaving Florida and it made me miss my connecting flight. And I have not experienced this where I have missed a flight due to weather. I am without luggage, same clothes as I was wearing yesterday. Haven't showered in a day and a half, and I so it's been a miserable day. Let's just say to say the least. Yesterday started off great, didn't end so well, and traveling around the holidays, traveling when there's weather issues that are uncontrollable out of everybody's hands. What can you do but be patient and endure? I am hoping to get on the next plane to go home and continue with my life as normal. But it just got me thinking about a lot of things, actually, because I've had nothing but time to think and sit and wait. And even though I'm not happy right now, I am thankful because I don't have the proper clothing to wear in this crazy, snowy, windy Chicago weather. And it's really cold. I think it was like 22 degrees this morning when I woke up. Didn't get the best sleep last night, but it cost me more money. I was supposed to be accommodated, and everything I tried to do, every door I tried to turn, it was just shut. Nothing worked out in my favor. And I thought, man, God, please, work with me here. But it just got me thinking about just things in life, how things are just not always going to go your way. They're not even going to, as a follower of Christ, people think we get saved and everything's going to just be so smooth and we're not going to endure any kind of problems. Well, if you've been a Christian long enough, you will realize that is not true. It just means that you've got God Almighty on your side. You're on the right side of heaven. And you have the resources and the tools to work through all things. And I mean all things. And one of the things that I have worked on for a very, very long time is patience. Patience and self-control. I am one to get, as one would say, emotionally charged up pretty fast. And I'm pretty feisty. That's why the nickname Spicy. One. And I started thinking about how just when am I going to get home? And I started thinking about the people of the Bible and so it got me thinking about all the people and the men and the women in the Bible and how they left their homes to follow Jesus or follow God's prompting and voice to different lands. And I'm sure they were weary at times. I'm sure that they were feeling impatient and not knowing what was to happen the next day, the next hour, when their next meal was going to come, where they were going to have the money to be able to do whatever they needed to do to carry on. And I'm not there, but it just made me thinking about how I am alone, here in this, and it's just me and Jesus. And traveling, and anything can happen, anything can happen. And we take the risk when we travel because we just don't know what it's going to turn out, how it's going to turn out. The airlines these days are crazy. They pretty much do whatever. They don't either have enough staff or, I don't know. They just, oh, well, sorry, you missed your flight. You're going to go on the next one. And there's just not a lot of empathy. I was trying to get customer service help yesterday. And it was like, okay, you're either going to get your luggage, but you're going to wait a few hours at the airport to get your luggage when it can just stay here and you can leave it for the next flight that goes out. It will go out on that plane that you'll be on. So, here's an accommodation on a discount hotel. I click on the app. It doesn't open. They're getting a flood of calls. I get a hold of somebody. I get to the point where I'm trying to get the help that I need, and the phone hangs up. I had already waited an hour and a half prior to that, called again, another 25 minutes, called again, another 30 minutes. I finally just said, forget it. I will spend the money and I will get myself a place around a room for the night after everything I've been through. So I just found a little rinky-dink motel, and here's the point. I'm thankful that I had a bed. I'm thankful that I had a heater to stay warm. And yes, I didn't have my clothes. Don't even have my toothbrush. Little TMI. But I am still thankful that I feel that God's with me no matter where I'm at, no matter where I go. And even though I didn't get on that plane, and I'm praying that I can get on the next plane today to get home, even though there's a chance of snowy weather coming exactly at the time that I'm supposed to leave, I just wanted to read a couple scriptures to you guys because So I want to read a couple scriptures for those of us that feel like we're really alone, or we don't have family or close friends, or just people, in life checking on you or whatever. Or maybe you're in ministry and because you will have moments where you feel quite alone at the top. And people think, oh, you've got so many friends, you've got this, you got that, and you got it all together. But in those times, you might be feeling, no, actually is the opposite. Many athletes go through this, artists go through this, leaders at the top in corporations and pastors. You really don't know who are your true friends until something goes down or they reach out and check on you. And I listened to the message from my church about friends yesterday, and I've always been one to really just reach out and take the initiative and talk to people, befriend people, get to know people, because I know what it's like to be the new kid on the block and go to different schools and, try to make new friends and whatever. And I'm pretty social, but even though in my social, extroverted personality, there are a lot of times that I feel definitely alone. And I don't have family, close family. My kids are off doing their own thing. And it's just Jesus and I. But you don't know what you're made of until you are alone. And until it's just you and Jesus. And you hear from him and you have nothing but to listen to him, follow him, and know the comfort of who he is. So I have a couple of scriptures for those that might be feeling a little down, a little weary during this holiday season. It's in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 through 30. And it says here, sorry, my allergies are bothering me so bad right now, and my eyes are watery. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And then in Psalms 23, this might be a popular one, for a lot of people know this one. And you know what? Thank God for the Gideon's Bible I have here at this hotel. I'm so happy when I saw it. So Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And this is David. I relate a lot to David, and it seems like the things that David went through, the sorrow, the pain, the joyfulness, the dancing, the music, the happy heart, and loving the Lord. I relate to David a lot in this Bible. So the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. You walk with Jesus, you're never truly alone. Yes, it's good to have tangible people in your life. We need that. But most of all, I've learned a life without Jesus is no life at all. And I'm at crossroads right now trying to figure out some things in my own life and decisions and, the people in my life and the trueness, just of friendships and things like that. And kind of the direction of where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do. And yeah, even people who are followers of Christ have low points in their life. And I just want to encourage you today, you're not alone. Break out with the Bible. Read it. Because Jesus and many of his people, his men and women, went through some very, very hard times. And they know what it's like. He knows what it's like. And he will comfort you. And the Lord will lift you in the pavilion of his wings and shelter you and be with you and meet you where you are. I gotta go. My taxi is here, but God bless you. Just be encouraged. You're never, never truly alone. Okay? God bless.